very heavy. It was something I had never experienced before in my life, and it hit me. It hit me hard, to say the least. I think it did a lot of people around the world. I mean, he was such an influence and such a voice and a writer, and I mean, and such an idol of mine. I didn't know how to feel. Obviously, I was devastated, but I didn't know how to process that new emotion of just devastation, I guess. So we left tour. I went, you know what, I'm not in a good place I couldn't get on stage without like crying. Like we covered, Audio Slave and stuff. And it's like, I can't, I'm not in a good spot to be public. So we quit tour, canceled tour, went home. I took some time to reflect and actually started writing again. And we were about to go into the studio. We were talking about going into the studio to start working on the 4th album. And then I got the phone call that Kato, our producer and my best friend in the entire world, had passed on a motorcycle, in a motorcycle accident. And that was kind of the nail in the coffin, for lack of a better term. And I went very down. It got very dark. I went very down into a downward spiral of depression and whatever comes along with that. And it was a very dark period in my life. I wasn't sure how to get out of it. I wasn't sure if I was going to get out of it. I was kind of at a place where I just had given up. I was like, what's the point? What's the point of any of this anymore? And it took a while, but at the end of the day, it was music that saved me again. It was when I felt like I had nothing, I turned to music as my salvation, and I started to write, and then that just kind of started to pour out of me. And that turned into what this album is, in the sense where I didn't have to write this record. This record wrote itself. It was just floodgates opened. And so making this record was a huge part of that healing process of learning how to grieve and how to move forward, because you never move on. You don't get past a loss like that. You don't get past, it never goes back to normal. It's just, you have to learn to live with it and move forward. And that's why I keep saying to people in interviews and stuff that this record really feels like a rebirth. It really feels like a new Pretty Reckless. It feels like our first record again, in the sense that we put everything we had into this album, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever you want to call it. Like everything was thrown into this album. It took everything we had, and so it's crazy that it's coming out now.
Before we get to that process, and I'd love to know how you got and what the tipping point was from mourning to, okay, I got to do this now. But for people who don't know, other than him being a hero of yours, you guys were on that tour.
Yeah, yes, we were, and that was. I mean, it was so crazy because it was such a kind of full circle moment getting that tour. I mean, it was the highest of the high for me. I mean, I think everyone knows I'm a Soundgarden super fan. Have been for years, and Soundgarden was the band, and it comes full circle with Kato too. Not to get too deep into it, because I know not a lot of people knew him, but we all bonded like this. The Pretty Reckless exists because we all loved Soundgarden. Like that was one of the initial reasons that we all worked. And so to get that tour, it was the highest of the highs. I mean, Kato flew to every show. Like it was, we couldn't be more elated. And obviously it ended so tragically that I think the juxtaposition of those emotions was so drastic that it really overwhelmed me.
So what made you go, okay, I've got to get back up on my feet. I've got to get this music out. I've got to get, not out as in the public, but out of me. Was there a sign? Was there just, I'm tired of laying around watching Flintstones? What happened to make you go, I got to do this?
I don't even know exactly. I guess it started with the songs. It started with just, I started to write, not even thinking about it in a sense of like, this is going to be an album or these are going to be songs people are going to hear. I just started to write. And as I started to write, that started to help me mentally. And so as that process sort of began and they turned into complete songs, it was the next step is, okay, well, now I have to figure out, now I want to record these songs. I want to finish them. It's like, okay, well, now how do we do that? We'd never made a record without Kato before. So that was a whole learning process in itself. And luckily I knew one other guy, a great friend of mine named Jonathan Wyman, who I called up, and he produced a great engineer, great producer, great guy. And this is the first album I actually co-produced with him. So it was a learning process of how to do this again, basically from step one. And he was really a lifesaver in that. And he allowed me to be the mess that I was and work through it. And it's because there was no hiding from it, you know? And so it's all there in the recordings. It's all there in the writing. It's all there in the songs. And it's very emotional. I still get choked listening to it sometimes.
I'm sure. And I want to talk about the album cover, because I have a couple of questions about that, because it's phenomenal. And I know you love it too, how it came out.
Well,
but the last,
it's just the
sorry, that's what I meant to say. The album art, the single art. Sorry. But the last one of these conversations I did was with Justin from the lead singer of Blue October, who's gone through a lot of mental highs and lows and stuff. And he credits being able to pick up a guitar when you're down like that to get this stuff out. And I wanted you to talk just real briefly about the importance for people who are watching this that don't have that outlet, that you got to find something or someone to get that out.
You really do. You have to. I mean, I'm so fortunate that I found music at such a young age, and the fact that has sustained me. Like, to me, music's like, it's like food. It's like oxygen. I need it. And the fact that it really is my salvation, and it's the one thing in my life that has never let me down. I can always turn to music, and it's there for me. But for people who don't have that, I can imagine it's a super challenge. I think the best advice I got when I was going through all of this, and I mean, I'm still going through it, but, you know, in the heat of it, at the low points, was look at it like, I'm going to mess up this metaphor. Look at it like it's baby steps. Everything's baby steps. If you try to look at it, if it's a frozen lake and you got to get from one side to the other, if you look at the other side, it's going to seem impossible. It's going to seem so far away. There's no way you could ever make it.
Well, I just figured out that the most entertaining thing for me to do in the morning is to watch Tina. To watch comedian Tina D-Ball prepare herself for this show. It's quite impressive.
Thank you.
Hello. Welcome to this fine Thursday morning.
Front row seat to ADHD.
It is, man.
It's bad.
Diagnosed?
I am not medicated right now, though.
Okay.
So, but yes, diagnosed.
I have had a few people recently email in and say, hey, I've been listening to you, and I'm pretty sure you have ADHD. And so I've been diagnosed from afar.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm also not medicated. But yours is a different type than mine, for sure. For sure.
Looks very crackheadish. You know, it's giving crackhead.
Well, let's just welcome everybody here. King Scott is to my left.
Word up, my homies.
Mr. Clownvis in the house.
What's up, gang?
You ditched the blue coif for, or
yes.
You washed it out?
Yeah, the blue was just for National Clown Week, which is the first 7 days of August. So when that when day 8 comes around, it's kind of like a Cinderella story, you know. All I did was wish on a pumpkin, and I woke up with blue hair, and it fades off after Clown Week.
Oh,
so,
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Big show coming up Saturday.
Yes, big show Saturday night at Delmar Hall, baby. Can't wait.
It's gonna be a great weekend. Rafe right across from me.
Hi.
And his better half, comedian Tina D-Ball, in here as well. I appreciate you guys.
Hey.
Filling in for Riz and Lern while they are out on family vacations. They're both in different types of water. One's enjoying a lake vacation. One's enjoing an ocean vacation.
Gotten any postcards from them yet?
Nothing. No texts. No nothing.
You ever got a text from Riz yet?
No, I think I sent him one, and he sent one back. We conversed very briefly, but that is a good sign. I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I sent him a reel of how to have sex on vacation, even with a micropene.
Did he respond?
He did. He goes, "Thank you for this information." That has been our correspondence so far.
The fact that he hadn't already done that research is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
But what's a text that you don't want to get is if somebody's late if it approaches about 6 o'clock and you haven't been seen yet here, you get a text from Sir Riz, the Queen, and it says, will you be joining us today?
Yeah.
It's a famous text over the last 10 years of doing this show. And Tina, you almost got it today.
I know.
I almost got to send out the will you be joining us?
Yeah.
Rafe walks in and I go, oh, hey, where's Tina? And he says, well, she's behind me.
Somewhere.
Oh.
I waited until beyond the threshold of when I should be leaving for work. Because she's like, I'll get up when you get up. And I go, just be there by 5:45. She's no, I'll get up when you get up and I'll follow you. And I'm like, just be there by 5:45. And then I got up and I waited. And I waited. And then she was changing clothes again. And I said, see ya. 5:20. I was like, I have to go. Like, if I hit traffic or something happened at this point, like,
yeah, then you're
I'd be
getting
pushing
the text.
I'd be getting the text, yeah.
Well, you came in and hey, and kudos, man. You came in before 6 o'clock.
Thank you.
You were here on time.
Hey, I show up on time for things I love.
Looking good, impressive, and then of course Rafe turns to you and goes, were you wearing that shirt earlier? so you changed clothes between when he left
Yeah.
and when you left.
She did.
Yes, I absolutely did. Our bed is destroyed right now.
Yes.
You know, just from all the clothes changes.
Oh, okay.
Not from
Good.
This is the
Good on you,
constant.
buddy.
raging rivers.
This
Not
is
from
the,
raging rivers.
Yeah, this is the constant in our relationship where I'm like, anytime we're doing anything, I'm like, know thyself. You know, like I try, which, you know, she said, and bless her heart.
You talking about me?
Yeah, you said she has diagnosed ADHD, not medicated. So the prescription for ADHD was to make it my problem. That's the prescription she's on right now.
Yep.
And
It's working.
it's working. It's working really well.
You're kind of like one of them.
There's a strain.
Those therapy dogs. What do they call them?
Yeah.
You're like the human therapy dog. Support dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
Rafe
takes-
is your support animal.
Yeah, he is.
That's
She
awesome.
took me to a fireworks event, and I just shook the entire time.
That explains why he wears a vest all the time.
This black V-neck is actually not a shirt I choose every day. This is my service person.
Yes. And once again, please
Jacket.
don't pet Rafe if you see him out
Yeah.
there. He's not trained for that kind of love and affection.
Unless you want your leg humped.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, I had something about what noises bother
But our-
animals.
The constant thing with, and I'm sure she's not alone. Is I'll be like, hey, get ready now because you're gonna try on like. Anytime we go anywhere, our clean room will turn into a pile of clothes on the bed that she hates the way she looks, or this shirt doesn't look right, or this I don't like these pants with these shoes.
Oh, it's
But
manic.
she's always, her superpower is to constantly forget who she is as a person, and I love it. She's like, no, I'll be ready in 20 minutes, and I'm like, there's 0% chance.
I'll set
There's
a
a
timer.
0%. She's like, time me, and I'm like, well, I don't need to. You will not be ready in 20 minutes.
And then
And I'll
after,
go in there in 30 minutes and be like, and she'll be naked. And I'll be like, I'm guessing you're not ready. And she's just like, get off my ass. You know, that's she.
and then does
And
it,
I'm
does
in
it always,
trouble.
does
I'm
it
in trouble
always,
for checking on her.
does it always end up being black T-shirt and jeans that you walk out in? Is that
Me.
no, her, the final product after all the going through the closets. Is it usually just a
It's usually
black
the
T-shirt?
first thing
and-
she put on.
Yes, 100%. Something simple, you know. But I'm in that weird spot right now with clothes where it's like I lost weight, so now I'm like I don't know what to wear. So now it's like a whole extra level.
All right.
Like it's already stressful.
But it was already that way.
For sure. Now that you say it like that, because I sat here and I was like, listen, I'm going to be quiet the whole time that Rafe talks about that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to let him just go and listen. And I was like, dang. Sorry, I thought I was going to say a curse word and then I got scared and I didn't know what I could say.
You can
So
say
I
damn.
panicked. Oh, I can say damn. But I was like, as you said it, I was sitting here listening to it objectively and I was like, okay, that actually is how it goes. And that is pretty.
Hey, what a win.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
You got it.
It's a breakthrough.
Well, guys, I'll see you Monday.
Do you care about being on time?
Do I care about being on time?
I mean, is it like something that you stress on, or is it kind of like a hey?
It is.
Be
I am
honest.
okay. I am the most chronically late person in the world, and my mom was late to everything. I'm late. Like and everyone probably gives me a pass because they love me, but everyone probably hates me in real, To comedy stuff, well, that's not true. God, I am. I'm late. I'm a late person. I don't want to be. I hate it about myself, but it's who I am, and I truly am trying to work on it. What?
Nothing. That's
We've had some breakthroughs already.
true. Yeah, we've had a few breakthroughs today.
Put your fist down.
I'm gonna swing on you,
This is
bro.
where the violence starts for no reason. Just
So you're Russian, but still late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
funny.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Okay. King Scott, everybody.
Rafe has had a few moments where he said, we've really had a breakthrough this morning. Really had a breakthrough.
Yeah, because I did say to you this morning already before we were on air that I was self-centered. So
What did you wait? Let's go back to this late stuff. What did you just say? What was her exact words? I'm in shock.
I think she said, I'm always late.
Yeah.
But doesn't want to be. Something that bothers you.
yeah, for sure. It's the thing that
But he asked if you cared about it.
do I
you-
care about being late?
What's your general attitude on?
Does it bother you for a second? And you're like, they love me.
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to get back to
So
that.
it really doesn't bother you.
She knows.
Because I got a couple late people in my life, and some of which I know it bothers them, and they just haven't fixed it yet. And some of them, it does not bother them.
Can I be honest?
It is in their bio.
Okay. Man, I might be one of those people.
Yeah.
What, the bio people?
It might be in my DNA.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
and
but
you know what?
I would feel bad if I was late to this, but to my bar job, my restaurant job, 9 years in, no, I don't care.
What are they going to do, get rid of me?
100%. That's exactly how I feel.
That's conversations we have at home. Is I'm like, but all your coworkers definitely care. They
And-
just don't tell you
I know.
that they care.
I know.
And that's what she's so lovable and affable, and I'm jealous of this. She's such a likable person that like she doesn't have to grow.
That you can
know
get
what I
away
mean?
with
She can get away with
How
stuff.
nice is that?
Everyone loves her so much
It is so bothersome.
that they'll forgive things in her, and I'm jealous of that. That's a
Yeah.
superpower I don't have.
That's pretty
I
cool.
get it.
If I'm late, they're like, look at this. Look at this angry-faced piece of crap. I'm just walking in late like he owns the place. When Tina walks in and she's like, spilled my coffee everywhere, guys. And they're just like, oh, that's Tina.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm
let her
like,
dig
man,
through
no
her
one ever
purse for
says
a
that.
while.
No one ever does that for me.
Oh, God. I walk in
Jealous.
somewhere smoking. Like, I'm like,
Yeah. She show
with
up
the
late.
coffee.
Yeah, show up late for a funeral with a Starbucks in her hand.
Yes.
Spill it on the body.
That's the best.
They make it obvious that she made a stop on the way in.
No, I am working on it for sure. I realize that it's a problem.
But it's nice to hear you say out loud that you don't actually care, because that is my constant thing. Is I'm like, I don't think you when I get up, I like to be on time, and when that's our, and I've talked about this on the air. We have a good relationship because we decided a long time ago, I'm leaving at a certain time with or without you. We're not going to fight about it. We're not going to be mad about it. I'm going to be at the wedding when it starts, and you're going to walk in with the bride, and that's on you. And
I'll save you a seat. I
And-
bet you say, I'll save you a seat.
I do. I save her a seat
all the time.
and sometimes she surprises me, and she comes cartwheeling through the door like right at the 11th hour.
Right at the cusp.
But I'm like, I care about being late because I'm like, I don't want people to feel like I think my time's more valuable than their time. She's just like, I honestly don't know what everyone's getting all worked up about. That's really her general attitude.
Time is a construct.
Yeah, man,
Okay.
money's not real,
I'm
dude.
with you.
It is.
I'm with you, man.
Hey, while you were just saying all that, do you
Yeah.
remember, Rafe, when we very, very first started dating,
Yeah.
and you made about, I think, 3 reservations for one night when you knew that I wasn't going to be ready. He made reservations it was like at one restaurant and then another one if I didn't make it, and then a final one. And I think the final one was at like 1111 Mississippi place or something. But he made multiple reservations for me not
smart.
knowing when I'm going to be there.
I got to say,
And we missed.
that's one of the greatest moves I've ever heard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you missed them all?
Baller.
Missed the first 2.
Yeah, we did.
But you got in the third.
Third
And
one.
then on the last one, yeah.
That is the smartest
Wow.
move I've
Pretty
ever
smart.
heard.
I also lie to her a lot. That's the only lies we tell in our relationship. I lie about when we're supposed to be places. We still are late, even with the lie,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we do better. And I recommend that. You shouldn't lie in a relationship, but if you're with a chronically late person, lie
you
your
have
ass
to.
off about what time you got to be somewhere.
You
For
have to.
sure.
Yeah.
I used to work with a guy that was like that, and all of us, we would just tell him a 40-minute difference.
40 minutes.
My buddy, we called it Dion
Scott
time.
used to do it too. Scott used to like, hey, your guy, when he was like doing tour managing stuff, he was like, your signing is at 3:10, and that thing was at 3:45, and this dude would almost be late to 3:45. Wow, almost be late. And he would have a separate day sheet. If the day sheet once it turned digital.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yeah, dude. Once the
You
day
guys
sheet
gave him like fake call times.
fake every single time.
Oh my God, that's
awesome.
me.
Because
It's me.
He was not only late, he never cared. And here's the thing, man. There is some stuff you can be late to, and there's some stuff that you can't. My wife and I are similar enough where we can't do the separate car thing. We're always going together, right? Her issue, our big issue is now my fault. And and maybe it's this job of the last 10, 12 years. Everything in radio is obviously down to the second. I mean, every single minute, I'm staring at timers everywhere we go. And it's like designed this intensity for the not being late thing. And I'll tell her, she'll say, hey, babe, when do we have to leave? And I'll say, 6:20. And it'll be 6:14. And I'm like, well, we got to go. Let's go. And she's like, you said 6:20. And I'm still getting ready. She's always like, I will be ready by 6:20 because you said
Yes.
6:20. But now I'm so panicked that 6:14 is late. I like, oh God. We got to go. We got to go.
Yes.
But there's some things you can be late to. What are those things that you can be late to?
Her list is pretty exhaustive.
Let me pull out my
Airport,
Rolodex.
Wedding, funeral,
Pretty
Flights.
much anything you
Court
want,
hearing.
guys.
Have you ever been late to the stage, you guys? Anybody?
No.
Everybody's a stage performer in here. Clombus, you ever been late?
I've never been late, but I've had the situation where I'm talking or hanging out, and it seems like there's a couple hours to go, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, wait a minute, showtime's in 15 minutes, and I'm not even close to ready, and it's a scramble, I get all my gear together. But it doesn't happen often. You do that once or twice, and it scares you into making sure you're ready.
Yep.
Yeah, I missed the stage once. We were in England, huge venue. This building was so big, and it had like 2 or 3 different venues in it. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a hall like that.
Yes.
Well, this venue, brilliantly, we were playing like the mid-size one, and the dressing rooms were only attached to the big one. So we were half a mile from our stage, right?
Yep.
Nowhere where you could hear bands, because typically if you're in a dressing room, a little peek behind the curtain, you got a day sheet and you got times, but you're on Rockstar time, so you're kind of listening and like, oh, that band's finished. I should probably get ready. I've only got 40 minutes until stage time, or whatever it might be.
Well, and you don't know this venue. Like you don't know the map. You're not like emergency exits over there. I know you.
Right.
You're like asking an old guy who's a volunteer like where to go, and he's like, "Let me pull out my map."
It was very Spinal Tappy, and I was in the wrong part of the building, and I couldn't hear anything. And I'm a soccer dork, and the soccer final of like all finals was on.
Yeah.
And my team was in it. And I'm in England, and I'm wearing the Manchester United jersey, but I'm in Birmingham, where you shouldn't be wearing Manchester United stuff, firstly. But I was doing it just as a dork because I'm watching this game. And that's not my stage gear. And I'm in jeans, and that's not my stage gear. And I'm watching this match, man, and it goes into overtime. And I'm watching the match, and then it goes into penalty kicks. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is so exciting. This is great. And they win, and I jump, I scream, I'm jumping up. And then I realize I'm celebrating with the band that goes on right before us. And they're already showered. So they've come off stage, come back, watch the overtime with me, watch the PKs, and showered. And I'm like, whoa, what time is it? And they're like, oh, I don't know, man. You probably should have been on a while ago.
Yikes.
And
I like they didn't remind you.
No, dude.
That's cool. They got your back.
It was the Medina Late guys, so they were in party zone at the
You
time.
said Medina late?
Yeah, Medina Late. And
Gotti.
I ran across the venue, had no idea where to go. Spinal tapping. I'm looking at signs. I'm trying to figure out where this venue is. I finally get there following the sound because it was the sound of the first song already like deep into it.
Oh, wow.
Everybody was already going. And I jumped up, threw a guitar on, and, I start doing harmonies and everything. And the band is looking at me like,
Hey, bud.
Wow. Strike one.
Did you get any text messages or anything from anybody? And
This was before. I think this was
Cell phones
before
were
the.
invented?
Yeah, it was before smartphones. So, like in England, we didn't have phones that we were able to use all the time. So,
Yeah, they don't have phones in England, so.
well, I mean,
Just
you got to
in general.
Well, back then it was like GSM or whatever the heck it was. You had to
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
a phone in every country, and it was a little expensive.
Yeah.
So. No, I did not have a communicative device.
That's the one reoccurring dream that I have is that I'm late for something. And, that I'm on my way and I realize that it's call time or something. And there's just nothing I can do, and I have to live in that moment there. So it's probably my brain telling me to be on time, But definitely, that's a reoccurring dream that I have. It bothers the hell out of me.
That's our work nightmare. I think everybody has work nightmares. If you're doing something in any industry for long enough, your nightmares will now be you failing at that job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've had like one dream about being on stage and like forgetting my act.
Oh, God, it's so
But
scary.
I have, still to this day, this is how I know it's a traumatic job. I still have service industry dreams where I'm like waiting tables and the computer screen's blurry and none of the buttons are working and people are like filing through the door like a subway in Japan. Like it's crazy. Like I'm just like, I got an 18 top. And I'm just like freaking out. And I'm like, that's how I know working in that industry is like traumatizing dealing with people because, the stakes are pretty high for us when we go on stage, and I still dream about like not being able to get artichoke dip out to somebody. This is nuts.
It is, Rafe, I literally had that server dream last night come true while I was waiting tables last night.
Oh.
I mean, worse.
You lived it.
I lived it. I got booed by like my table, basically.
You got booed in a restaurant?
I-
Wow, that's a great move.
What would it take to boo your waitress? Dang.
Did they give you the thumbs down? You just gave the
they
thumbs down to the camera. Did they actually go boo?
okay, they hated me so much that they were like, "Okay, this is ridiculous. You're unreal." And they pawned me off. They were like, "We need a new server."
Is this
Yep.
is this one of those restaurants where you're supposed to be mean to them or something? And
No.
it's a gimmick.
which Applebee's?
Honestly, it feels like it, but no. It's a restaurant in Ladue. I mean, take your...
Laboo.
I'm not going to say where, but take your pick on where you think I work in Ladue.
You got booed.
I mean, we're talking, and it's crazy that we're talking about the ADHD thing, the dreams, the stage stuff, because I was panicking last night. And I was like, this is real, guys. The dreams that we all have that we're like, where's the ranch?
I would
I'm
run
in
out the
weeds.
door and never look back.
And I'm so close. I'm so close. They know. I'm on borrowed time.
How do they
man.
know? Is it because he keeps showing up late?
They listen to the show.
They don't care about your... I guess we'll roll all the silverware.
Okay,
Time's a fake construct.
I guess Tina
we'll
just
take care
comes
of this.
in and gets booed. I guess her job's getting booed now.
Yeah.
I am other than me being chronically late,
You're very good at your job.
I am a very, very good employee.
It doesn't sound like it at all.
Yeah, I'm great at my job. I got booed last night.
Booed and I'm late.
You got fired for being a server yesterday.
Oh
Walk
my
through the door,
God.
everybody starts booing.
Listen.
Delusional.
My name is-
Savage.
I have worked.
Savage.
Oh, I'm so mad right now. If you have been waited on by me, Tina D-Ball, in St. Louis, Missouri.
You could be entitled to compensation.
Please call 1-818-532-1420 at the number 2 show reimbursement hotline. 818-532-1420.
No, please, God.
If you're in Illinois, dial all Dookie symbols.
I hate you.
Well,
Please send an email vouching for me. What's the
God.
email?
Please
I don't
clap.
know.
She's Jeb Bush now. Please clap, everybody.
No, please. I'm begging you. Please. I know that I have chronic ADHD and everyone
You
knows
are a good
and everyone
server. You're a
sees.
good bartender and server.
You've worked with me. You
You're
know.
good. I was your
great
boss at one point.
I'm a great buddy. Yeah, he was my boss at one point. Okay?
Not while
And
we
now
were
we're in a
doing it.
relationship.
Oh, I see.
Not while we were doing it.
No, he wasn't. We
We
were.
worked together at the Improv Shop, Tim McKernan's brother's place.
Yep. But yeah, please, please vouch.
Can
for
we
me.
go back? You didn't tell me the story because I was in bed. I really do want to know what happened with them firing you as a server? Did you have to take it and just be fired?
Yeah.
What'd you do? Not enough straws? Like, I mean,
Okay,
like,
so
how
what
can you
was
be
the
booed off a table?
What gets the Ledoux boo?
I can't. Ledoux boo.
You got the Ledoux boo.
What gets it is we were severely understaffed last night. So it's like we were already screwed. But what happened for me was, their ticket somehow got lost in the kitchen. And I was like working on 19 other things. Basically just,
They didn't get anything.
Lack of communication. No, they didn't get their food. They did not get their food.
Did they leave without their food?
No, they stayed for a long time, actually. They basically were just like, listen, we hate you. We want a new server. And one of the girls came up to me and was like, Tina, do you want me to just step on them? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you go ahead and take them because they hate me so much already.
Wow. That is.
Were they happy with their new server?
They were very happy.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it doesn't sound like it was a them problem. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Awesome.
You've been roasted a few times this morning already.
You're doing great.
listen-
Hey, you're kicking ass at life. You're
Yeah,
doing
man.
great. Who cares?
Things
it's
are
one,
good.
It's one family in Ledoux.
Well, yeah, there was a couple of, and I had two other tables walk out.
What?
I didn't say that. It was. I am telling you guys,
You're not
it
making
was,
a good case for
Yeah,
yourself.
I am telling you, it was an actual nightmare. I have worked I am 31 years old. I have worked in restaurants since I was 14, 13, if you count those 2 months that I started working at McDonald's, where Cool Dave let me work for a little bit before I was of
Thanks,
legal
Cool
age.
Dave.
Cool day.
Cool Dave in Kansas City, McDonald's, 135th and Quivira, Kansas City. Shout out. But I have worked in the restaurant industry for a very, very long time. And last night was the worst night I've ever had serving.
Let's call them on the air right now. I'll tell them you quit. I'll do it for you.
They're not open.
I don't think they're there at
No,
6:33.
Call
Yeah.
your boss in bed.
Yeah, they're not there. But no, they know that I'm, But yeah, it was the worst night of my life working
I'm
that
sorry to
night
hear
there.
that.
It's
but
okay.
but I'm glad you're here. You showed up
Yeah.
all smiley. So look
I
at that.
know.
I did, and I even said last night, I go, you know what? I got to wake up at 4:30 and do radio. At least I didn't cry tonight. I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
cry
a good
last
point.
night. I was like, I am doing a very bad job, and it is okay. I usually do a good job. I'm doing bad, and everyone stepped in and helped me, and they were there for me. So
Nice.
I appreciate it.
Nice.
Shout out to all my homies last night that I worked with that
They showed
pulled
up
me out
on
of the
time
weeds.
and
Yeah,
did their
Yeah.
job.
picked up the ball.
Great support.
She
She almost had.
did my job.
Cheers
She
to all
almost
of
had. She almost had a little sympathy there. She almost got us, like she was the victim and not just a bad waitress.
Rafe is loving this.
Oh my gosh.
Rafe is loving this.
Hey, you touched on something that's not a bad idea, Columbus. Quitting people's jobs for that.
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
You
do
could
that
make a
for-
great business
Yeah.
out of that.
Hey, this is Clownvis and Tina quits.
Yeah.
F off.
I'm just
I
glad
want
you're
you
here.
to show up in person, though, to
Dude,
quit for me.
honestly-
I want you just like that. Go ahead, Rafe.
No, you're right. I think that'd be a good Clownvis side biz, dude.
I will. I'll show up with a guitar.
I've
and
always said I wanted
guitar
a-
and balloons.
I
and
wanted a
everything.
breakup gorilla.
Guitar and balloons.
Wow, that got her good. I wanted to. She may not survive the guitar and balloons joke. We have to wheel her out of here. She'll be at the hospital late, but she'll be there.
Dude, you would do it. You would do such a great job. You seen that guy that hired the mariachi band? I bet you he paid
Oh yeah,
good money for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
To quit a Starbucks job.
Well,
or something?
listen, shoot me an email, clownvistotherescue@gmail.com if you want me to
Perfect
walk
name.
into your boss and
Dude, I would honestly, man. A long time ago, I came up with the idea with a friend of mine. We're like, we need a guy in a gorilla suit that just handles breakups.
oh,
Like,
good idea.
just shows up and is like, Ron doesn't want to date you anymore. Ooh, and it's like funny and like they bang on the door, give him a box of chocolates, and like sing a little, like almost like a telegram, like a.
In the old days, I
and
did.
and the rules are when the breakup gorilla comes, you can't contact the person Like it's
That's
just a
the end of
societal rule. The breakup gorilla has arrived.
Whoa.
That's a good
You
concept.
could be the breakup clown.
I
dude.
did for years in my early days, in my Craigslist years. I did telegrams, where I was just a telegram clown for hire.
I was doing a little.
And I would do these. People would hire me in a revenge kind of way, and I wouldn't really know it until I was either in the situation or out of the situation.
Great. They don't give you notes?
No, I'm talking go downtown. It would just say
Meet me
whatever.
at
Go into the
15
Merritt's
Pine.
building and sing to a guy named Steve. So I would go into the Merritt's building and I would, ask the secretary for Steve. Nobody ever questioned the validity of a clown with a guitar and balloons. You can go in anywhere.
Must be Steve's birthday.
They just let you in.
Yeah.
And then you
Steve
go-
Merritt. It's the boss.
And then we'd go in there and say, "Hey, Steve, I've been sent here by Joe from across town and wanted to sing it and sing him a little song." And Steve was pissed. Steve was not. And I'm like, I wonder what's going on here. And then I would realize that they were just like competing businesses, and they would just send a.
Oh, you were the prank.
I was the prank. Yeah.
That is a baller move.
And I did it one time where I went to a lady's work. And they all gathered, I said, "I'm looking for Belinda," or whatever. And, "Oh, that's her." And they all, they brought her out and they all gathered around and I'm singing, "Love me tender, love me." And I've been sent here by your boyfriend, Billy. And then the girl looked petrified. She was terrified the whole time. But everybody else was, "Oh, this is sweet," clapping and loving it. And then I left. And then later on, the guy that hired me had followed up. He was like, "Yeah, that's my ex-girlfriend. She's scared of clowns. How'd she take that?" I was like,
oh my goodness.
Not good, man. She shot me.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. But
Seems like a fun
I'm
job.
actually getting triage right now.
yeah.
He
No, the whole
sent
time I'm wondering.
Picture from the hospital.
Clownvis on a gurney.
Would I be responsible for that?
Oh my gosh! What would be the insurance policy? Somebody sending you into a dangerous scenario.
I know. And listen, man, that's in those Craigslist days, you walked the line, you walked a tightrope, and minefields everywhere. You could walk into something like that. So
Let's start. Sorry.
No, so I'm blessed. If we can start up, the firing business,
Let's go.
where we
Yeah.
know what we're going in for. I'm into that.
I think you need a song called "Those Craigslist Days."
Those crazy Craigslist days, Jesus, yeah.
By the way, speaking of Craigslist, we do have Freak of the Week, and it is a playoff, an absolute playoff week. And we will get to that later. And
I was
Miss
panicking.
Tina is.
Did you see?
Late again.
It's going to be all right. She's going to actually read all the ads, and then we'll vote, and we'll pass on 2 new members to the semifinals there, or is it the quarterfinals? I don't remember. Either way, we're in the finals. It's the playoffs of Freak of the Week. But all these different jobs we're talking about. If Columbus does quit your job for you,
Yeah.
you can always just be an Olympic athlete. They don't get paid, but they do.
yeah.
They do make money if they win. You know how much money they make?
How much?
It varies depending on the country.
Really?
And
Because like tennis, there's servers, there's all kinds of opportunities for you.
yeah, from a server to a server. There's athletes they don't get paid, but if they win, they do get something from their home country's Olympic committees. The U.S. Olympic Committee is actually paying out. How much do you think per gold medal this year?
Huh. That's a good question.
They do it, for gold, silver, bronze. There's a different amount that they just pay you if you want a gold.
Gold, 100,000.
100,000.
Yeah.
30 grand.
30 grand.
I think I remember hearing this once.
Yeah, I would say maybe, I'm going to say 50. I'm going to split that. 50 grand.
Yeah.
These are all good guesses.
75.
That sound like?
The U.S. Olympic Committee pays out $37,500 per gold medal.
I remembered.
Weird
I guess
number.
inflation made it go up.
Check this out. For silver, they give $22,500, and for bronze, $15,000 each.
Wow. Just work at a Quick Trip.
And Chuck Woolery puts all those gold medals in his safe.
You know what's funny, though? That's actually on the low end. Some countries give out way, way more. Serbia is at the top of the list. How much do you think Serbia is giving for a
You
gold
said
medal?
way more.
Oh, 10,000.
One gold bar.
Serbia giving out...
Yeah, exactly. And I'm Eastern Bloc, dude. And
Yes, you know.
And I know you're
I would
getting
say
nothing.
74 billion pesos.
I'm going to say an abandoned F-16 from Vietnam.
which would be probably pretty valuable to somebody.
nice.
Serbia actually pays out $214 grand
Damn.
per gold medal.
That is sweet.
Okay, Serbia, go off.
Yeah.
So far, it's cost them over $400 grand because they do have 2 gold medals so far.
Looks
And
like they're losing.
but they're still paying out less than the U.S. just because the medal count is so high. Malaysia and Morocco are also in that range. Australia, the cheapest. They're only handing out $13,340. Why that
good.
particular number, I'm not sure. But that's what they're doing per gold. Singapore reportedly had a $737,000 bounty on gold medals in 2021, but they didn't win any medals that year. Their last medal was a gold in the men's 100-meter butterfly in 2016. Rafe and I were talking about this guy. This dude is living it up. There's a gymnast named Carlos Yulo. He's from the Philippines, and he just became the country's first male gold medalist.
Yeah.
Period.
They don't play over there when you win.
Yeah, dude. Rafe has a breakdown of what they're giving this guy for winning gold. He's the first male gold medal winner of the Philippines.
Imagine you just were handed $37,000 for your gold medal. This guy Carlos Yulo will be given a house gifted by his country's government.
Oh. Bang, a house. And it's a nice one.
Nice house. Fully furnished 2-bedroom condo valued at 24 million Philippine pesos, $415,000 US dollars.
Real quick, that's in addition to the house.
Yeah.
The house is worth like 480 USD.
Yeah.
Then he gets the fully furnished condo as well.
As a vacation home on the beach. He also gets 10 million in cash. $173,000 US dollars, 10 million in their money from the Philippine Sports Commission, and 3 million in cash, 52,000 USD from the country's House of Representatives. So all in, he's getting about $250,000 US dollars, give or take, in cash. He gets a lifetime of free colonoscopies. This is not made up. This is not made up.
Oh, thank you.
I want to be very clear. This is not a bit.
He's getting one every year, guys.
You're going to want to enjoy it.
That's going to be, if you're related to him, that's what you're getting for Christmas.
Here's the rub on that, though. A lifetime of free colonoscopies and gastroenterology consultations, but only once he turns 45. He's currently 24 years old, so he's got to wait for that.
That's a good retirement plan.
Now, listen, I won a gold medal. Now get up my ass. You got to wait, Yulo.
He's getting more. Did you see?
Yeah, 100,000 Philippine pesos worth of free furniture.
What?
A lifetime of free ramen, free buffets, and free meals from numerous local restaurant establishments.
So he's getting free. He's getting free intake and outtake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
A lifetime of free ramen, honestly, that's like $37 worth. That's like the cash equivalent of $37.
Yeah.
But free buffets? Come on.
That's sick.
Pretty cool.
You could take it to the house. He also gets a lifetime of free cookies from a place called Cookies by the Bucket. We were talking about bucket foods last week.
Wow.
Dude, people love buckets.
It's
I'd eat
pretty
a
cool,
bucket
man.
of
I mean,
cookies.
KFC's been rocking that thing for how many decades
Kentucky
now?
Yeah.
Fried Cookies.
If you give me a bucket of soft batch cookies in a movie, I'd eat them all.
Soft batch?
Any kind
I
of
can't
soft
eat them
cookie.
anymore.
Any kind of soft cookie.
Why can't you eat soft cookies anymore?
Because they taste like
Fake.
toys. Yeah, they taste like plastic.
I know what you mean.
Dude, I was addicted to those when I was a kid because I like a soft cookie. I still
Yeah.
like a soft cookie.
No, for sure.
But there's something not right.
It's giving microplastics.
Dude, I mean, it's impossible
For sure.
to have an actual cookie still be a
Don't
cookie
ruin this for
that can
Yulo.
stay soft forever and ever. Get out of here.
You're right. Go
There's
ahead.
some mutant in
Come
there.
on, let him have his bucket of cookies,
Go
guys.
ahead. Bucket of soft batch.
He's got free colonoscopies. He can eat microplastics.
Good point.
Yeah. Speaking of microplastics, an iPhone 16, which they seems like they threw that in at the end, but whatever. He gets
Okay,
that.
you
It's used, but
I don't know the accent there, but
And here's one I couldn't wrap my mind around, and maybe you've got more info on this. A lifetime of free engineering designed by Nexa Engineering.
I have no idea what
they're
that
building him an Iron Man suit.
So I was like, what are they building?
For a
Say it
lifetime.
again. Say it one
Yeah.
more time.
What is he building
that's
in
a
there?
defense weapons
A
company.
lifetime
for
of
sure.
free engineering designed by Nexa Engineering, N-E-X-A.
Yeah, so he's Tony
Let me
Stark.
Google it.
Yeah.
He's got a house. He's got a condo. It's all furnished.
Well, let's go. I'm gonna do this. This is big of me.
wild.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw a Clownvis T-shirt in for the guy.
You know what?
Yeah, dude.
Are you kidding me?
I'm going to throw in a Rafe Williams Young Grandpa digital download card that I've been sitting on that I thought was going to sell as merch and definitely did not sell very well.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him 1,200 copies of that digital download. of
Yes.
Young
Well, I'm going to
Grandpa.
give him 600 free Moon and the Teenage Dirtbag shirts. So I
Oh,
thought that'd
thank
be cool.
you.
Wow, this guy's getting hooked up.
Yeah.
Hey,
got
Rafe
nothing
and
to
I
get.
have magnets at the home that's merch. We've been selling at shows. So we'll hook them up. I'll send them over 3 each.
All he's getting from me is a shout out on the Rizzuto Show, which
that's
is
pretty
valuable.
big.
It's pretty valuable.
Hey,
Shout out, Carlos
Yulo.
How do you spell his name? E-U-L-O?
Y-U-L-O.
Oh, common
Okay.
spelling.
I was trying to be a little too exotic.
He's also, you said 450 grand from his government. Yeah, you guys have any idea what the medals are actually worth themselves? Just the actual medals based on the materials.
$1,000.
I'm going to say gold is 15, silver will go.
15K?
Yeah.
You think that they're giving out these things that are worth $15,000 in just gold weight?
Don't get mad at me.
No, I'm just like that. You are crazy.
I don't know why I would
Dang
I mean,
it,
you
I
see,
think
like
he's
half
about to
of it,
beat your
half of the
ass.
gold is like this plastic thing in the middle.
Yeah,
it's not even like
No,
the full-
probably 1,500.
I'm jumping all over you only because, like, every day I'm reading all the highlights and I see how many medals are given out. And we're talking about hundreds and hundreds.
Yeah.
So imagine the millions it would cost to make these things if they.
But the gold, there's hundreds of
What's a
them?
little
I guess
bar?
there are,
What's a
huh?
little bar of gold worth about $1,000, right?
a bar of
You
gold?
would know.
A
A
little.
gold bar?
One of these little guys, one of them little 1 ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
One
a
ounce.
Snickers bar, like a twin
1
size.
ounce
like
of
a,
gold.
Oh, it
is
looks like a
probably-
little Xanax bar or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like a gold bar.
Hey, wait,
No,
I don't know if you've
not
ever taken Xanax
not a
bars.
Scrooge
They're like
McDuck
this.
bar, just a little.
Oh, I don't know how
ounce
much it was
square
worth.
thing.
Well, I'll tell you. The gold medals, by the way, have not been pure gold since 1912.
Oh,
Plated?
that's cheap.
I wondered about
They're
that.
actually chocolate, which
Actually,
is cool.
dude, you're gonna. This is crazy. The gold medals are made of 95.4% silver,
Well,
and their
that's
value
weird.
is $950.
Okay.
A silver medal is worth $486.
Wait, what else is a silver medal made of?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Silver.
Ironically, it's made of gold.
Yeah, silver's worth $486, and the bronze is worth $13 at a scrapyard.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
That's sweet.
Bummer.
You know, it's cool though. This year, all the medals contain original iron that was used in the construction of the Eiffel Tower. So,
Wow.
That's really
kinda
cool.
neat,
That's why there's only 3 legs
that's
now.
worth
in
a
the
life.
tower.
That's worth a lifetime
But
of
it's still using it?
sacrifice and not going to your friends' parties and not
yeah, it's a $13 piece of
17
bronze.
hours of training a day. Got a piece of the Eiffel Tower, so suck on that.
Pretty cool. You have no family left. Everybody
Wait, that's not
hates
real
you.
gold? No, but it is a piece of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh man, I'll have to find what it was, but I came across a thing that said the people that get fourth, I think it's 4th through 10th. Obviously they don't get a medal, but they don't go home empty-handed, guys. They get a certificate.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
Not even a
What's
T-shirt
it
or a
made of?
towel or something?
Yeah, it's like an Olympic certificate.
Any
Basically,
word of what material it is?
it's basically
towel.
it's like the Riz Show thing that we give out for second-timers and third-timers, but not as valuable.
Does theirs also have a picture of a giant tooth on it? Clearly printed from a dental template.
Congratulations.
And 10th through 20th gets to go to the treasure chest and pick out a little toy.
Yeah, it gets a spider ring. I do have a.
It's a bunch of really winded sprinters with sticky hands.
Yeah.
Slap bracelets and
Oh, man, that's pretty good. I would love to see a picture of the certificate. I haven't seen one, but I just read that this morning.
We have someone checking in Tina's server defense that she asked for emails. Anthony says, Tina was supposed to be my server one night at the bar she works at, but we were having dessert by the time she showed up to our table. So the audience is now getting in on your roasting. I just thought
Okay,
you'd
well,
enjoy that.
the best part is we don't serve dessert at the restaurant that I work at. So,
Yes, one less thing to worry about.
Boom, roasted.
Anthony.
They would.
That means another restaurant delivered dessert before she got to your table. I am glad that you're, because our love language is busting each other's chops.
Yeah, roasting
And I
TF out
love-
of each other.
Boom, roasted.
Well, I'm just glad that you're here.
I'm
You're a
glad I'm
sweetheart,
here.
and also like I think sometimes when I go in on you when you're not here, people think that I'm being mean to you.
Oh,
Sure,
no,
sure,
we're all
sure.
having fun.
Yeah,
And,
no. That's
so it's
fine.
glad to have you here and have you embody everything I've ever said about you. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Oh, I know you are. I
job.
see the sparkle
Rafe
in your
has
eyes.
that. I
Rafe
told
is-
you guys, look.
Yeah, you've never
Rafe's-
had more fun.
Hey, guys, Rafe's tea is getting a little high.
Well, here's a rundown of the latest viral moments from the Olympics. Speaking of high tea, there's a ridiculous controversy over U.S. Olympian Simone Biles and Jordan Chiles bowing down to Rebecca Andrade from Brazil after she won gold from the floor final. But Simone says it was just a show of good sportsmanship, but people are mad.
Wait, what?
They were like, who knows? I don't know. I don't know.
What could you possibly be mad about with that? They are showing this gal love.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's an odd one.
Something weird, man. People just getting upset about.
I hope they don't watch the skateboarding thing because everybody hugs each other as soon as their run's done. And
yeah, they kiss on the mouth too.
Dude, there was an Olympic highlight thing that was talking about how funny it was that the Olympic, the Australian skateboarding team is a bunch of teenagers and a 50-year-old guy. It's so funny. Like all their promo pictures are so funny. It looks like it looks like Uncle Jimmy taking his favorite nephews and nieces down to the skate park. But he's crushing it and they're crushing it. I think one of the teenagers actually won gold.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool. French pole vaulter Anthony Amirati mentioned his package in a now deleted TikTok, which you can still see up on TMZ. So he's now getting in on the joke. That's the guy who knocked over the pole vault pole with his pole.
Oh, good for him.
Cool guy.
Oh, yeah, super cool. Australian field hockey player Tom Craig, 2 first names, was arrested for buying cocaine after his team was eliminated from the games.
Should have gotten it before.
Yeah.
And, here it is. 14-year-old Australian skateboarder Arisa True was promised a pet duck if she won gold, and she's getting a pet duck.
Wow. How about that? Quack, quack.
So that's pretty cool. We were talking about the one, or whatever job that you could be late to. I have a list of the one thing that you could never say no to. If somebody offered you something today that you can't say no to, what would that be?
On the radio. I wonder.
I got mine.
There's a list. Somebody asked the internet, what's the one thing you could never say no to? And I have the top 15 best responses. A couple of them are weird. A couple of them make sense.
Yeah. If someone called up from Hollywood and they're like, hey, do you want a speaking line in a feature film that's going to be released worldwide in theaters?
Okay,
That's number 12, actually.
So a job that will make you famous.
No.
I'm not seeing it here.
It's a very
One
specific thing.
One line.
You okay, buddy?
I think maybe a chance to have dinner with your favorite person, like a chance to have dinner with a celebrity or something.
That is a great one. You guys are thinking very big.
Small.
Most of us think a little smaller.
Chocolate.
Okay, so front row parking.
Chocolate. Chocolate's not on here, but number 7 is ice cream. So we'll just kind of lump that in.
Klondike bar.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 15 is mushroom ravioli. That's kind of weird.
Huh?
Number 14.
Can't say no to that.
Yeah, number 14
I can say no.
was the Lord of the Rings extended edition. I can't say no
Nope,
to that.
can't say no
I
to
can
that.
say no to that.
Okay, here's the reasonable ones. And number 13 was a hug. You just can't turn down a hug.
Yeah,
Well-
if it's sincere and you're fresh, then yeah.
When's the last time you turned down a hug? I can see Riz doing it on a more regular basis.
That's what I was
than
thinking.
us.
Riz could turn him down. For me, no. I like it too much. I love a good hug.
Number 12 is an invitation to have a beer. Number 11 is an invitation to go shopping.
Shoegasm.
Number 10 was a joint.
Oh, why'd you look at me?
Like a
I
honky-tonk?
was just looking. I'm just looking around. You're just there. Number 9 was somebody asking me to go for a car ride, even though you don't know where you're going.
That was a dog that answered that.
These are things that people cannot say no to. All right.
A dog.
Like there was like a golden retriever. It's like, I can't believe they're asking me. I'll tell you what, I can't turn down. You say go for a ride, I will lose my mind.
Number 8 was cute pets, or specifically the opportunity to pet a cute pet.
Yeah.
I can understand that. Number 7, ice cream. Number 6, flowers. Number 5 is money. How is that not higher than
That should
number
be
5?
up there. Yeah, I can say no to
Relations.
flowers, but I can't say no to money.
Sexual relations.
It's not even on here. Not on the list.
Yeah, but we're not even
Get your mind
thinking
out of the
about
gutter.
that,
We're talking about
Rafe.
ice cream and puppies.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've turned down. If I have the flu, I'll turn down ice cream. I will not turn down relations.
Truly wild.
Number 5 was money, like I said, but they said that offering to pick up the check also counts for that.
Oh, yeah.
Number 4 is pizza. Nobody said pizza.
Yeah.
Number 3 was a breath mint or gum. If it's being offered, chances are there's a reason. So most people feel real self-conscious about it and then take the offering. Number 2 is a nap.
You know, that should be number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1 of things that people can't ever say no to is a paid day off.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, Our audience says no to it all the time when we take days.
You just pop a mint?
I did.
We're talking about bad breath.
I meant so I put one in to make everyone self-conscious.
Yeah, give me one.
Thank you.
Here.
Pass
Let's
those
pass them
I
around.
don't think it's good for on the air.
Scott, pull this up. You guys travel Airbnb, you do all that kind of stuff?
I have,
Talking
yeah,
about Riz and Lern are on vacation right now. I think Lern is in an Airbnb.
I've done some Airbnbs, yeah.
Well, there is and we've all seen the Barbie movie, and you've seen the cool movie, very cool sets, and I'm sure that while we're watching it, actually pretty much any movie that I watch that's kind of adventure-based or something, I'm always thinking about, like, being in that house. Like, I think about the Goonies house, because we've seen that for sale a few times. When I was watching that Barbie movie, I was like, that would be such a cool movie to kind of be on those sets, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because you see these things that were miniaturized when you were a kid. Now, Airbnb's latest odd offering is a supersized version of Polly Pocket that's big enough to walk around in. Look at that.
Look at that.
Wow.
That is so sick. That's where you want to go shoot some photos.
Isn't that the coolest thing? I mean, they could charge a pretty penny for this.
Is that real?
Yes.
The trees look so abnormally large. It looks like it's just in someone's yard.
Yeah, so they're saying Polly Pocket debuted in 1989, which is, it's a mini dollhouse shaped like a compact for makeup powder. Mattel is still selling this stuff.
So cool.
Does that clam close up?
I don't think so.
There's no roof on it.
But for Polly's 35th birthday, they built a version of her Slumber Party Fun Compact from 1994, and it's the size of a house. It has multiple levels, including a living room at the bottom and a kitchen on the top floor, and it looks exactly like the Pocket version. We'll have to post this on Twitter. You got to see this thing. And starting August 21st, you will be able to book a one-night stay for you and 4 friends. The only one of you gets to sleep in the actual compact on a pull-out couch because there's not enough room for the full bedroom there. The other 4 are in a Polly Pocket style tent. So you're camping.
You're glamping.
Yeah, you're glamping. But I mean, the photos alone.
That's pretty neat.
This is built in the middle of the woods near a town of Littleton, Massachusetts, and it costs only $89 a person as a nod to the year that Polly debuted.
That's awesome. I can't wait for the
though, right?
Castle of Grayskull.
It's got to be.
They got to be lined up.
I looked at. They had the Up house. The house from Up was like
that'd be cool.
suspended from a crane.
That'd be cool. You know what I think would be cool if you could Airbnb the Ninja Turtles sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually go into a sewer and stay there. But it was a nice.
Which one? Because there's
from the
so
movie.
many-
From the movie.
From which movie?
The first movie.
Because in number 3, it looks a little bit different.
Is that the bigger one where they move into a big grand hall? One of them they're in a big.
They're like in
grand
the
hall
subway.
underneath them.
I mean, they're like in like an actual train car in number 3. Is that how it is in number 1?
No.
Number 1, they're just in that deep spot.
Yeah.
Kind of just in that brick layer.
Yeah.
I think in number 3, the one where they go to Japan, they're actually in like boxcars.
Oh,
Right?
see,
Am
that'd
I-
be fun too.
I think
We could do all these. Airbnb could do all the turtle movies.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Did you guys ever see Parasite? That movie?
Yes.
I remember being obsessed with their house.
The house is beautiful.
I mean, there was a lot of problematic things that happened in the movie,
Right.
for sure.
Under
But
the
like,
house.
I do remember like being like, man, that's a nice house. Open concept.
Yeah, this should be an entire Airbnb section of
Yeah.
just
The Home
Yeah.
Alone house,
TV and movies.
The Castle of Grayskull.
the Munsters house.
Adam's Family.
You can stay at the when I was just in New York a couple months ago, I went to the Ghostbusters,
Oh, yeah.
the firehouse.
Oh,
it's,
cool.
It's,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. It's an
Well, they've
active
had-
firehouse.
I've just looked it up too. Barbie's Dream House in Malibu, which looks just like it.
Yeah, I've seen
Crazy.
So cute.
The Succession wedding venue in Siena, Italy, from the show Succession.
Heard of it?
They had the X-Men mansion in upstate New York, where they actually decked it out, and all the rooms had like all the
Get out.
That
the
is
X-Men
sick.
cartoon, which
That's
was
Rafe's
wild.
that.
dream.
That's cool.
It was pretty cool. Harry Potter's childhood home in England.
That's cute.
Tony
That's like
Stark's,
the worst setting in the entire series, though.
That isn't the best one. They had the one from Up, where you could like they suspended you from. They've been doing this. I don't know what. It seems like they're like temporary things.
Little pop-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it is kind of cool.
Can't you, with the.
We wait long enough, we might get the Ninja Turtle one, man.
That's exciting.
Isn't there a lot of the Lord of the Rings kind of variations?
Well, there's the Shire. I mean, they have like all that stuff still in
Yeah.
New Zealand.
I think that's probably the most common one. I think everyone has. Not everyone, but there's a lot of those out there.
Well, that was going well before Airbnb was even out there. This Polly Pocket thing comes with a fridge and a pantry stocked with 90s snacks. So, I mean, it's like a full experience.
All Little Debbie's.
Yeah, it's got 90s movies on VHS, a bunch of life-size Polly Pocket clothes to try on. So, like, all the little try-on stuff that you were buying, you know, like, you get to dress up like Polly Pocket.
For sure. I'll be crying in the room while I'm trying that stuff on.
So not only can you snag a spot starting later this month for the sleepover at Polly Pocket's Compact, they're doing day trips for fans who don't score the overnight stay in the lottery. So you can get your
Nice.
Instagram on pretty easily there.
I mean, imagine a teenage dirtbag's like photo shoot at that place. Imagine clown,
You're right.
That would be so cool. Like, what a cool vibe.
You're right.
The X Mansion has a giant sentinel's head out in front of it.
Oh, wow.
And then all of the rooms are like each superhero. Like there's Gambit's room and Jubilee and Wolverine, and you can pick what room you want to stay in. Like it's pretty sick, dude.
Is that the one from?
And like all their costumes hanging up.
Wow, looks like a X-Men locker room.
Yeah, they went all in.
That's so cool.
If the SR-71 isn't in there, then I don't know if it's really worth it, though.
The Blackbird.
All I was just thinking was SR-22, which is something that you would only know if you're a person who has had a DWR.
God, okay, and on that.
Hey, it's the Team Riz member of the day.
Tina D-ball, everybody.
Really building a case for yourself today.
I'm sorry. I don't realize how loud I am sometimes.
Oh, well, today's Team Riz member of the day is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Book your fantasy football draft party this season at Hot Shots. Visit hotshotsnet.com/fantasy. Ryan Christoph.
Yeah, buddy.
Yay.
From Freeburg, Illinois. We were just talking about that. Freeburg, still home of
The midgets.
Freeburg burgers.
Haven't
That's right.
changed that. That's interesting. They're really holding on.
That's right. They have
Congratulations, Freeburg.
That's the high school mascot, right?
Yeah.
They haven't changed it. Ryan attends as many Riz Show events as possible and has been a fan of the Rizzuto Show since the very beginning. He's a huge fan of everything the show does for the city and surrounding areas with their charities and appreciates the fun community that the show provides for all of the local weirdos. Ryan's favorite parts of the show are the beginning, where the guys talk about current events and pop culture news, and the In Memoriam segment is quickly becoming one of his favorite things that he looks forward to each week.
Awesome.
Ryan, welcome to the team. You can sign up just like Ryan did at 1057thepoint.com/teamriz.
The Rizzuto Show, traffic and weather.
All right, the time is 7:03 on this fine Thursday, August 8th. My stepdaughter's birthday.
Yeah.
Woo! It's a big day, and King Scott, tell me what's happening with traffic and weather. Yes, happy birthday, Riz. It's the Rizzuto Show. We are live. Riz and Lern, both on vacation. They will be returning Monday, full show. You can always watch us on the Mick Ultra studio cams. They are live right now on the Points YouTube channel. Clownvis right there, and comedian Tina D-ball joining us, hanging out. That was one of the most fun hours I've ever had.
A blast.
Talking this
It's
morning.
weird having two guests that I've slept with. But it's fine.
We're just really laying it all out here, aren't we?
We are airing our dirty laundry.
Speaking of laundry, make sure it's all ready for the Shipwrecked Halloween party at Ballpark Village. We will be hosting the Rizzuto Show, hosting Ballpark Village Shipwrecked Halloween party Saturday night, October 26th, featuring a live performance from the Teenage Dirtbags. We'll be jamming 90s alternative and 90s country stuff the whole night. Chance to win up to $10,000 in cash and prizes inside the costume contest treasure chest. An all-inclusive drink package available for you and more. You can gather your skeleton crew and sail through the 6 venue parties all in one. Access to not only the big giant party right there at Ballpark Village, but you get Valley Sports Live, Shark Bar, Crown Room, PBR, Budweiser Brewhouse, and Cardinals Nation. Tickets are available now. $35 all-inclusive. That's a heck of a deal. $35 all-inclusive or $20 GA starting... that's starting the party as low as possible. That's absolutely amazing. Get ready to party at the Shipwrecked Halloween party. Ballpark Village brought to you in part by Johnny Brock's Dungeon Party Warehouse. Get all the details and the link to buy your tickets now at 1057thepoint.com. All right, let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do
some news.
And news brought to you by
Energy Stars, heating and cooling preferred partner of Ameren, Illinois, to make your home comfortable and affordable.
Let's start with some good news. A kid named Chase McCoy just graduated high school in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and a video of him thanking his favorite teacher is going viral. Her name is Renee Sigmund, and she made a big impact on his junior year. So he surprised her. What did he surprise her with?
A Freud joke.
A Freud joke? No, not a Freud joke.
Okay.
I heard Sigmund, and I thought it was Sigmund.
I heard a sentence. You said his name's a sentence.
He did not bring her an apple.
Paternity test.
Not a paternity test, although we
Would've
do
been
cover
hilarious.
those kind of stories on this show a lot.
Maybe a puppy. I'm going to say puppy.
I'm
A
gonna
puppy, that's close.
Yeah. Oh, that's close.
Kind
I was going
of.
to do a gold medal.
He did not bring her a gold medal. Instead, he surprised her with a tattoo that he got
Oh, boy.
of a note that she wrote him for graduation. Here they are talking about it. When I first read the story, I thought it was her face, but here's them talking about it.
A lot of teachers in my past have never really took the time to understand who I am as a person. She's always challenged me. She's always pushed me to be my best as a person.
Anyway, I let my students know it's a 2-year program, so when they come in the first year, it's like you're going to see me every day for the entire school year, several hours a day, and we're going to, you're going to be like brothers and sisters in here. And
With her, I got so integrated with the class and with the people in the class.
School's about to start. You got a lot of teachers that are returning thinking, man, have I made that big of an impact where somebody might get a tattoo that something that I wrote or my face?
Right?
Strive for that, teachers.
Yeah.
Do better.
He wrote all that on him? All that, what she just said?
I have no idea.
How big is his tattoo?
I don't know. Look that up if you can, Scott. See if
I
you
said
can
it
find a
right
picture.
here. You're all going to see me every day, 3 hours a day. And we're all gonna
never
be like
forget
brothers and
these words.
sisters. And I've never, it's like he just got an article printed on himself.
She had a nice cadence to her, though. Sounded like a Waffle House waitress. I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I see why he likes her.
Oh, let's see. Oh, here it is. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's her handwriting. Don't let anyone dull your sparkle. Always live. Oh, and now it's an ad. Always live your teeth.
Truth.
Oh, your truth.
Truth.
And continue to fight for what you believe.
Cool.
Oh, man. Can you imagine, though? So, not to brag, but I have signed a few arms or whatever, that people have gotten tattooed.
Cool. That's epic.
It's very cool. It's extremely flattering, but a lot of people ask you to sign them, and they're like, I don't have any paper, I don't have a pick or something like that, so will you just sign my arm? I signed a lot of arms, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I've signed a lot of.
Yeah, or Tina signing boobs, like all that kind of stuff. But you never expect it to be a tattoo unless they tell it, unless they say, like, hey, will you sign this? I'm going to get it tattooed. And I've seen a few where I'm like, oh, dude, why didn't you tell me? And you can't say this after. When they're showing you the tattoo the next time you see them, you can't say, why didn't you tell me? I'd have made it look nicer.
Made it a little better. Yeah, I've done it a few times, and it's the same thing, man. Or if you know that you're signing what's going to be a tattoo, you're even more nervous.
You start panicking.
And you get that squiggle in your hand, boy. Yeah. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but everybody can just get tattoos.
I had a
That's
buddy, and I think this is a thing with this band, the Flaming Lips. The lead singer of the Flaming Lips gets a Sharpie, and he draws art on people.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And
If I could do that, I would.
it's like stick figure art, but it's it's good.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. It's like it's
cool
very
and it's
simple.
unique.
It's cool and unique. And like my friend of mine, Clay, he drew on his calf, and he just went straight to the tattoo shop and had him tattoo right over the Sharpie. And the Flaming Lips dude, he's got it down to a science. You know what I mean? Like he's putting art on people just in case.
That's pretty
cool.
smart.
And I think it
That's cool.
became a thing where people started doing it because he was drawing unique things for them.
I have a vivid memory of one of the first ones was in Europe. I want to say the Netherlands, and this gal was like, "Hey, I want to get my first tattoo of your guys' signatures," and all of us were like, "Okay." And it was a beautiful gal, and she's like, right here on my leg," and it was like the back of her leg, like right underbutt. You know what I mean?
Yummy.
Underbutt. And I was like,
go.
oh, man, I don't know. I feel really uncomfortable about all of this.
Wow, you're a good
Or
person.
nethering.
Because I would have been all up in it.
We felt very uncomfortable. And I remember we kind of were talking while we were doing it, like saying, like, man, should we mess this up? Like, should we make this look awful? And she was a diehard fan, so we saw her a lot after that. And she came back and she's like, hey, I ended up getting the tattoo. And she looked so sad. And we were like, oh, God, I knew it. I knew this was going to be bad. This was going to be awful. She was sad, though, because she thought we were going to be upset because she decided to go against and not get the signatures, but get the logo, which was a relief.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy cow, it was such a relief. I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, like we paid somebody to make that logo.
Yeah.
That was worth the tattooing.
Right.
Our signatures are garbage.
Yeah.
Don't do that on the back of a leg. But we've seen some really cool ones, actually. But it does make you super nervous.
Yeah.
The Colonel went out and got. I was pumped the first pork steak army tat.
Yeah.
Colonel Kenway went out and got, and it looks cool. But he did the logo. I'm like, yeah, we paid a guy to make a cool logo. I'm glad you did that. And you didn't just get like a crude, rudimentary drawing of a pork steak with my name on it or something. So I was very happy about that.
Dude, I would get a pork steak tattoo. Just a little pork steak.
Just a little pork steak.
One small little pork steak.
You only have the Chiefs tattoo, right? Is that all you got?
No, I have my whole back, and then I have the Chiefs tattoo and a sunflower.
Where, would you
I'm
put
a
the
real
pork steak?
Kansas City girl.
Would you put the pork steak in the center of the sunflower?
No, honestly, I think I think one day I want to like go hard and do like a sleeve maybe or a leg tattoo. I don't know.
All pork steak sleeves.
Just all pork steaks.
Like a jigsaw puzzle of pork steaks.
Yeah. That'd be so ridiculous.
Well, from good news to bad news.
Yay.
4 St. Louis area Big Lots are set to close as the retailer plans to shut potentially up to 315 stores.
Are you serious?
Went by it.
Finally
Went
gonna
by
start
one.
going there.
Which one did you go to?
Kings Highway. By our house. Let me tell you, was not impressed with the deals. We're talking 10% on a rug. Bye. Talk to me when it's 50.
I've never been into a Big Lots. I don't think I've ever been in one.
It's not great.
Dude, you're missing out.
Oh, I kind of liked it the last time I was there, I remember.
Okay.
It felt like everything was kind of clearance style.
I think that's maybe the vibe. I feel like food is expired there, but I still buy it. So it's like, who's really the problem?
According to the Big Lots website, 6 of the 24 Missouri stores will shut down. Nearby, this includes the stores in South County, the city's Bevo Mill neighborhood.
Our South City ones.
Yep, Centralia and Fairview Heights in Illinois.
St. Anne's is staying strong, huh?
Staying strong. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission filings made by Big Lots this month amended a credit agreement to allow for 315 store closures, up from its previous 150 closures. Last month, the company said it anticipating closing 35 to 40 stores this year. A man was arrested after running naked through the streets of downtown Des Moines. He hijacked a car and then crashed into a tree. Ooh. And there's actually a video that an eyewitness took. Here's some audio from that.
Oh my God! Where'd he go?
He's naked, huh?
I got to be honest. If I'm getting hijacked, I'd much prefer to be hijacked by a naked guy because I know there's no weapons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like he's pretty vulnerable. It seems like he could just kind of grab at him and scare him off.
Dude, give his dinger a little honk.
Oh, my gosh.
You know?
Who's jacking who?
Oh, my God.
Pulls the Uno reverse card on him.
Chief, you better get down here. Chief, you better get down here. We're gonna have a hard time sorting this out. We don't know who to arrest.
We don't know who's jacking who's honking who.
Oh man, that is
who's
awesome.
honking what?
This is complex.
Oh man, the oldest living woman from the Rosie the Riveter days just turned 109 years old on Monday.
Right.
Wow.
Her name is Hattie Pruitt. She's originally from Mississippi, but she lived in Berkeley, California since the freaking 30s. She was a shipyard welder during World War II, and she says that the secret to living so long is eating fruits and vegetables every day and also kindness.
Wow.
That's right. Here is Hattie and her son talking about living such a long life.
I have a beautiful life.
It's a blessing to be able to come and see her whenever you want to. They liked her because she was small. She could fit into the compact places, and her welding was meticulous.
I met so many people in the shipyard. You don't get nowhere being nasty to people.
I remember we used to have spiders in the house. She wouldn't even kill a spider. She'd take it up and sit it outside and say, it needs to live also.
Well, happy birthday.
That's sweet.
Happy 109th. 47-year-old man is due to appear in court after being accused of stealing nearly $400,000 worth of limited edition coins from the popular animated series Bluey. That's right.
Bluey. $400,000 worth of Bluey coins.
Yeah. This guy was arrested yesterday and accused of taking 63,000 unreleased limited edition $1 Bluey coins from the back of a truck at a warehouse. So I guess they made these. The Australian Mint is saying that's an estimated 600,000 Australian dollars.
Oh, so it's actually minted.
$393,000 in USD. First reported stolen back in July. He was arrested yesterday. They look like $1 Australian coins and depict various images of Bluey characters from the popular Australian series. The suspect was arrested at his home in Sydney, is believed to have been an employee at the warehouse at the time of the theft. So they're dollar coins, but they're worth more because of these specially minted ones. Let's see what these look like. They're just Bluey characters?
Went away. Let's see here.
That's so weird, dude.
Yeah. So I mean, are these coins that you would spend in a store? I mean, these are like
yeah, it looks like it's real, but
they're dollar minted.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Look at that. Interesting.
Wow.
That's so cute. Could you imagine being so iconic that they're like, yeah, let's put a little, let's get this cartoon show on a coin. That's
pretty
nuts.
awesome. Can you imagine spending that? It looks like a Showbiz pizza coin.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
There have been stories about thieves who were caught after returning to a place, to rob it a second time or maybe even a third time. This woman wins everything. A 27-year-old woman in California named Florence Miller, arrested last Thursday and accused of stealing from the same TJ Maxx location over 30 times in a span of 9 months. She robbed this place 30 times in 9 months.
Well, you can't steal the live sign and not go back for the laugh and love signs.
I guess not. The value of the stolen merchandise was around $6,000. So this one guy gets $600,000 worth of Australian mint coins in one swoop, and this it takes her 30 times to get up to $6,000. That's a testament to the deals at TJ Maxx.
Yeah, a lot of cheap slacks and blouses.
Yeah. Wow, must be nice.
We had to let her rob us 18 times before it was even a felony.
Right, before it was worth it. She jacked handbags and jeans. Each individual theft was for less than $950, and in most cases, the anti-theft wire locks were cut to remove the merch. Florence is facing 30 separate misdemeanor theft charges. Although more charges could be added if additional thefts are discovered, she may have done it more. This was not her first time. During those 9 months, she was on probation for what? What?
Being a good Samaritan?
Theft.
Oh.
Yeah.
Klepto.
Yeah, it's unclear if that case also involves TJ Maxx or if it was something else. So,
yikes.
Lock her up and give her the TJ maximum sentence.
Oh. Nice.
Too bad.
All right.
I like it.
She's not like me and had to get a personal loan out because of all the TJ Maxx spending I've done. So,
wow.
Hey, she could have gone the honest way, like me, giving money back to the banks.
That's the honest way.
Yeah. Been there, pal.
Had to cancel our Vegas trip.
Yeah, we did not get to go to Vegas because Mommy spent a little bit too much on her medicine at TJ Maxx.
We are learning so much today.
We are
So many
killing
deals.
it. I love deals.
Yes, we need 900 wicker baskets.
And finally, and let's watch ourselves with our mouths here, guys.
Uh-oh.
Darn it.
I got an update to a story that we've been following for the last year. An Iowa man has pleaded guilty to joeing outside of a come-and-go gas station.
Yeah.
55-year-old Kenneth Lee Kelly.
Let's be respectful here.
Yeah, I don't know the man. Kenneth Lee Kelly, 3 first names, was busted last year after witnesses called 911 to report that, quote, an unknown male had said sexual things to them and began masturbating in their presence in front of the come-and-go at 12:30 in the morning.
Perfect.
Kenneth pleaded guilty to indecent exposure, a, quote, serious misdemeanor. When questioned by police at the time, he claimed he was not exposing himself, but instead was just scratching his genitals, quote.
Let Mama scratch.
Fine line.
Let.
He will be sentenced next Thursday.
I feel like this story is a personal challenge to me.
It really
to get
is.
dumped out.
I see you guys sitting on your hands.
My eyes are rolling back in my head right now. So many jokes.
I just immediately said to myself, I go, just don't say anything. Just kick back.
Yeah.
You don't want Riz getting mad at you from wherever he is or everyone in the building.
I got to say, that's your news, and I'm really proud of you.
We don't
guys.
want Riz
Thank you.
upset in the Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah, I'm really, really
Thanks, man.
proud of you.
We've really grown.
Yeah.
You have.
I'm feeling
You're
good.
doing great. I've had a year and a half to assimilate, and I got dumped twice last week.
I don't think I haven't been dumped.
You're doing great.
Crushing it.
The Rizzuto Show. Traffic and weather.
All right. Are you prepared to read Freak of the Week?
Yeah, it's my time to shine.
Well, after the break. A couple deep breaths.
Okay.
And we're going to Freak of the Week it after this. It's 7:32. Traffic and weather. King Scott coming at you.
Your Point Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Bomberito 500 at WWT Raceway is not just a race, it's a spectacle. Go to WWTRaceway.com because the first deal is the best deal. And it looks like the roads are all clear at the moment, so excellent job out there. And your point forecast today, it's going to be warmer. This weekend, I got good news. It'll be a little cooler and less humid Friday. With a high of 87. Right now, it is 66 at the Point Studio. Your Point Forecast brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning. More reliable than St. Louis weather.
Riz and Lern are on vacation. They'll be back on Monday. No worries. You can tune in and watch us. Mick Ultra Studio Cams on the Point's YouTube channel because you will see good friend Clownvis and comedian Tina D-Ball.
Yay.
We've learned a lot about ourselves. All of us. We really have.
Yeah.
And there's no better segment to really learn about yourself. Like listening to Freak of the Week.
Oh, God.
So this week we have a couple finalists. This is the playoffs. And we're looking at 4 new contenders that have won their respective weeks. They're going to go head-to-head today. The voting is already live, but before you vote, I want you to listen to the ads, some of which you may not have heard before. Now, these guys will move on to the next round, the semifinals. The quarterfinals that will take place next week and the week after. 2 will be advancing. The top 2 will be advancing to the quarterfinals from this week's Freak of the Week. And here we have Tina to read the ads. This was the winner back in April. Go ahead, Tina.
Have a knife day. Man for man, 38 years old, Ottawa. Looking for someone who wants to live on the edge. Pop quiz. What is better than the intensity of sex while we both hold knives to each other's throats and genitals? Answer. Not a damn thing. I am a blade enthusiast.
All right.
And cold steel makes me horned up. The more the better. Pocket knives, daggers, boot knives, swords, whatever. Bring it to my house and let's cut it up. I will bang your brains out while we wield the steel and press the blades on our bare skin. I want you to feel the fear and elation of the razor's edge scratching your scrotum as you throb and thrust, knowing that with the flick of my wrist, your innies become your outies. Absolute ecstasy.
This is unreal, right?
You can be on top and lay out all of your implements of war onto my chest and press each blade against my throat and feel the blood pump against the metal as I reach maximum orgasm. As I climax, you can inflict small cuts on my chest to send my loins to another universe. Let's unsheath our passion together.
There you go. That is Andrew Slice Gay.
Okay.
Andrew Slice Gay.
There was a line scratched out now. That.
Yeah.
I'm curious after what I read, what line didn't make the cut.
Don't read that. That was our winner back in April with 78% of your vote. All of us voted for Andrew Slice Gay in his respective week, moving him on to this part of the playoffs. Okay, ad number 2. Tina.
Lend me your ears. Man for woman, 51 years old, Alberta. Hear ye, hear ye. I want you near me so I can use and abuse your ears. I am looking for a person of any gender that will let me act out my ear obsession. The bigger the ears, the better. I do not discriminate. I want to ravage your ears. I am obsessed and want to lick your lobes, suck your entire ear in my mouth, and scoop out and eat all the wax. In my mind, I see Dopey from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs style ears, chock full of bitter waxy nectar. Do not clean your ears for 3 weeks prior to our meetup. I want that origin yellow, ear gunk to fill my mouth as I suck on some gigantic ears that look like an open car door hanging off the side of your head. Ew! After I suck and lick you clean, I will remove my pants and have my way with your ear holes. Ah, the sweet sounds of release. You will be leaving with fresh cotton balls in your ears. I am clean and uncut, looking for a woman on the thinner side under 45. Thanks.
Wow. Okay. Well, that was winner back on March 28th with 81.7% of the vote, Randy Waxon.
Oh, God.
Randy Waxon.
Randy Waxon.
Okay. Moving on to, and don't forget, you can vote. The voting's already live at our IZZ show on X. Contestant number 3, Tina.
Cowgirl, woman for man, 39 years old, leads. Oh, baby. Make me your real-life hentai hoo cow. I want to be your good little sow. Put me in the barn and show me off like the prize bovine I am, then bang me as hard as you can. We'll set up a camera so I can relive this experience again and again. There's a name for this particular fetish, hoo cow, a combo of human and cow. This is way more popular than you think. I am still looking for a horny man with a land and a stable. I want to be locked in a stall wearing a cow print bikini, a cowbell, and a headband with cow ears. You, my farmer, walk in and start squeezing my massive breasts. You'll say, good girl, and so much milk. I'll be on all fours. Praise me for being a good and breedable cow. The video ends with UJO. I love being called a good cow and the idea of being milked. I also like being treated as a breeding cow, an object to and for the bull, the virile, dominant breeder. He gets turned on by me being a good cow and having my jugs pumped and privates out and ready. I will moo and wail as you get that fresh milk from me and then punish my loins as a cowbell around my neck rings. I hope you're free this weekend. I'm ready to drive out to the countryside.
Well, we're halfway done, and I have to say that I hate hosting
That
during
is
this segment.
Tina, you're doing a great job. I hope you can clip these for some drops later or something.
You are doing a phenomenal
really
job. This was a woman looking for a man, 39 years old. This was the winner back March 14th with 47.6% of the vote. Only Lern voted for this one in that respective week, but that is who was voted to move on. This is Melissa McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy. Okay, and finally, our final ad, and then you can get to voting at our IZZ show on Twitter.
Bag me, daddy. Straight man for man. 54 years old, Toronto. I'm looking for a guy, but that doesn't make me gay. I am a 54-year-old man that likes to take things to the edge. I want to be gagged and bagged, as in put a bag over my head and help me pass out. This is not permission to kill me, only to help me get to my climax forcefully. I am straight as an arrow. And would normally be looking for a woman to do this. But I've found in my travels that women just don't have the stomach or the strength for it. Listen, guys, you don't get to do anything to my body. This is you strictly putting the bag over my head and holding it as I struggle to breathe, J.O., and then pass out. I usually wake up within 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll be ready for round 2. If you have good upper body strength, that's a plus. I'll try to pull you off, but you have to hang tough. Put bag in the subject line when you get back to me. No police.
No police. All right, there are your finals. That was a winner back on March 7th with 63.4% of the vote. Riz, Rafe, and Moon all picked that one for the winner. That's Merle Baggard.
Big bad guys.
So in this final, we have Andrew Slice Gay. That's the guy who wants all sorts of knife play. Man for man, 38 years old, up in Canada. Then we have Randy Waxon. That is the... That's the guy who wants a gal and wants a lot of earwax. Do not, all caps, do not clean your ears for 3 weeks. He wants that orange and yellow ear gunk. And then you heard from Melissa McCarthy, who wants to be the cow and to her farmer. And then we just heard from Merle Baggard, the man for man in Ottawa. Wow. I'll go left to right. Who are we endorsing this week between Andrew Slice Gay, Randy Waxon, Melissa McCarthy, and Merle Baggard? King Scott.
Man, this one's a really, really tough one because there's some very unique ones, but I feel like the knife play is just very, very freaky. But I don't know, I feel like that is probably more common, but I'm going to go with Andrew Slice Gay.
Okay, Scott selects Andrew Slice Gay to move on to the finals. Remember, the top 2 vote getters will move on to the quarterfinals. Clombus, what say you?
Boy, yeah, just like Scott said, tough call, really tough call. Knife guy is absolutely freakish that he cares about different knives and different blades. But I think the earwax man is going to be my vote. Randy Waxon is my vote.
Randy Waxon. Tina.
Without a doubt, knife guy.
Knife guy.
Very cool vibes.
Knife guy being Andrew Slice Gay has very cool vibes. I have to write that down next to your vote, your endorsement.
Yep.
Very cool vibes. And Rafe.
Cool vibes, huh? Interesting.
Cold Steel, cool vibes.
Cold Steel, cool vibes.
Swing by that sword store at the mall on your way home.
I guess
Rafe.
so, man.
Hot eats, cool treats.
I've been trying backdoor so long that I should have been doing knife play. Now I know. It's a 2-horse race to me. Melissa McCarthy, while I will say I won't count her out.
Think she's a contender?
That's a very specific hoo cow thing, and it's very...
Yeah, that was cool.
It's a very specific thing. Milk my jugs and treat me like a breeding cow is not... That's freaky. And in a stable. Looking for a very specific experience. Merle Baggard, while I love the name, I don't think he's got a shot this week. I really don't.
I don't think so either.
I think it's really an Andrew Slice Gay, Randy Waxon race. It's tough for me because the earwax is grosser. It's definitely, but the knife guy was so specific.
Yep.
In the things that he wanted. And just the fervor in which he talked about knives equaling orgasm for him. So I think I'm going to go Andrew Slice Gay.
All right. The specificity got you.
Yeah. He was a unanimous vote the week of, too. I think this is a strong contender from the gate.
Definitely a unanimous vote there. It also was, I believe, for Randy Waxon.
That makes sense. Those seem like unanimous vote weeks.
Those were both big vote getters, and I am with you. I think those are the 2 contenders here. I think those are the 2 that move on. But I differ from you and Tina and Scott. I'm with Columbus. I think Randy Waxon is the weirdest one. Not weirdest, freakiest, shall we say.
Big time freak.
Shall we say. So that's who gets my vote. Thank you so much to the chats of March, because those are all exquisite names. And we will see who moves on. The voting will be live for 3 days. So if you're catching this on the podcast in just a few days, and you usually don't get to vote because it closes out on Friday morning, well, this will be open all weekend. Get your voting in now on X at RIZZ Show.
The Rizzuto Show, traffic and weather.
All right, the time is 7:55. Traffic and weather. King Scott coming at you.
Your Point Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Bomberito at WWT Raceway is not just a race, it's a spectacle. Go to WWTRaceway.com now, because the first deal is the best deal. And we have some traffic building up on eastbound 270 right after Manchester. No word as why, but there's delays, so be careful. Your point forecast today, warmer than it was yesterday, and this weekend we've got some good news. It's going to be cooler with less humid and a high of 87 right now. It's 68 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than St. Louis weather.
Thank you, Scott.
Here's what's coming up next in Crap on Celebrities.
All right, Taylor Swift cancels shows because of a terrorist attack. Jack Black updates us on Tenacious D, and what Ozzy Osbourne did after he snorted a line of living ants was actually way worse. Crap on Celebrities up next.
And you're listening to the original Kiss Army member. It's the Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Riz.
Welcome back to the Rizzuto. Oh, sorry, Gene. Walked all over Gene Simmons from Kiss.
Don't step on Gene.
Sorry, Gene. Welcome back to the Rizzuto Show. Mick Ultra Studio cams are live right now on the Points YouTube. It's August 8th. That's my stepdaughter's birthday. It's a big day. Big day.
Happy birthday.
Back in the day on August 8th, 148 years ago, 1876, Thomas Edison, old Tom Ed, received a patent for his mimeograph. Today's brats don't remember getting mimeographed homework assignments, the ones with the purple ink that you usually couldn't read. 55 years ago, 1969, the Beatles did the photo shoot for the cover of their Abbey Road album. Paul McCartney had his daughter film him crossing it again in 2018. 50 years ago, 1974, President Nixon announced that he would resign following new damaging revelations in the Watergate scandal. 44 years ago, 1980, the Olivia Newton-John movie Xanadu was released. It was her first movie after Grease, and it was a total disaster.
Great movie, though, right?
Is it?
Don't you think?
I've never seen it.
It's beautiful.
Box office bomb. 38 years ago, 1986, crackhead David Crosby was released from prison after serving 8 months for drug and weapons possession. 36 years ago, that was written, by the way. I didn't put that.
Crackhead David Crosby.
Cool.
36 years ago, 1988, NWA released their debut album, Straight Outta Compton. 32 years ago, 1992, Metallica singer James Hetfield was badly burned by a pyro explosion at a Montreal concert. And at that same show, Axl Rose pulled the move that he lost his voice and cut Guns N' Roses' set short. Fans rioted, causing $300,000 in damage. Did he do that anywhere else?
I think sounds vaguely familiar.
I don't know. 32 years ago, 1992, the U.S. men's basketball dream team, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, all won the gold medal at the Barcelona Summer Olympics. 20 years ago, 2004, Fay Wray, star of the original King Kong, passed away. She was 96 years old.
Wow.
18 years ago, 2006, the Jonas Brothers released their debut album, It's About Time. 16 years ago, 2008, the Summer Olympic Games opened in Beijing. 7 years ago, in 2017, Glenn Campbell died at 81 after a long battle with Alzheimer's. When I went to Beijing, it was, let's see, so 2008 was the Summer Olympics. This must have been just a few years after. So I got to see the stadium. Remember they had that bird's nest stadium? It looked like a giant bird's nest?
Yeah.
They redid their airport so nicely for those Olympics that when we were there a few years later and it was empty, it was the biggest, most empty. It looked like a movie set.
Wow.
It was huge, beautiful, gorgeous. I mean, built, fresh, but nobody was there, comparatively.
That is so cool.
And then driving into the city, you pass all these Olympic spots, like the stadiums, the arenas, all empty, out in the middle of kind of fields. And you just thought, man, that was a big production for a lot of buildings that aren't being used anymore.
Well, it's like Sydney, where the Olympics were held there. It's one of those areas where there's a hotel, there's a venue where they have big concerts, and other than that, there's not much to life. It's really weird to see all those empty buildings just sitting around. And
yeah, in Sydney, though, they still use it. Remember they had the
they had like
Olympic
person
Square
on a trampoline out there with the little rope jumping on.
Yeah, they turned some of those training facilities into, or they turned them into training facilities for some things, and then there's a few of those that got turned into venues, like rock venues.
Make them Airbnbs.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool. That is your back in the day.
And now, Crap on Celebrities.
All right. Taylor Swift's 3 shows in Vienna, Austria were canceled. Did you guys hear this? Did you see this?
Yeah. Well, I was. Yeah.
They were the target of a terrorist attack. Yeah. The 2 men who were planning the attack were arrested. They both have a sworn allegiance to ISIS, and according to an Austrian newspaper, were, quote, radicalized on the internet. One of the suspects is only 19 years old. Police raided his parents' house where he was living and found chemicals and substances that could have been used to build a bomb. Taylor was expected to perform tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday to sold-out crowds as a part of the European leg of the Eras Tour. Interestingly, in a 2019 interview, she said the terrorist attack at one of her concerts was her biggest fear. So they thwarted that. I don't have any other details other than this 19-year-old thing, and they found chemicals that could have been used to make a bomb. So I don't know if they did a Facebook rant or something, and
insane.
I don't know how this happened.
Have no idea, but all I got to say is if that's why I wasn't able to go to Taylor Swift, man, I would be so upset.
I hate to be this guy, but I kind of want some more details.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not one that's super satisfied with just the super basic, simple explanation of everything. Maybe I've seen Arlington Road one too many times.
Yes.
Well, Taylor Swift fans they're so intense. Maybe they could just organize and start an army and just take out ISIS.
Dude, you think a Swiftie militia won't be able to?
That would scare them more than they're trained to see an army coming. They're not trained to see 10,000 Swifties coming over them desert mountains.
Ooh,
yeah, we're hardcore. We've been practicing the Archer move for like years, okay? We're busy.
With Taylor Swift blaring like Mad Max style on giant machines.
It's not a bad idea. A lot of things have changed for Pamela Anderson, and then even more things changed when she stopped wearing makeup. For instance, people started liking her, she says. I have people stop me on the street now and say, I never liked you before, but I do now. What a lovely thing to say to
That's
people.
horrible.
We get those emails all the time.
Yeah,
and then
we do.
Then we respond and they're like, yo, bro, it was a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
Every
don't really
email.
understand compliments.
They don't. I think it should be illegal to give. I think the internet has ruined, especially whether it's face-to-face or people think there's like, if they say anything, if there's any good in it, that it automatically equals a compliment, even if the setup is terrible.
A soliloquy.
I hated you at first, but not anymore. I said not anymore. It's like when Bart Simpson breaks his leg and he goes, ha ha.
Yeah.
Like Bart fell and he goes, ha ha. He goes, he seriously hurt. He broke his leg and he goes, I already said ha ha. It's like, that's people. I had somebody emailed in yesterday and did that. And then I tried to reason with them and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, because they're like, no, it was a compliment. I'm like, it's not. Just because you say it is doesn't make it a compliment. Like if you're saying something that could hurt a person, even if you're complimenting another person in the same sentence, you're still doing harm. Well, they need to take it. They shouldn't take it that way. Well, you don't get to decide that.
I love it.
It's wild.
Shout out to Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, as for
though.
Pamela Anderson.
I didn't like her before, but I like her now.
Yeah, I'll say it.
I'll pass the compliment next time I see her.
Shout out to both of them, Pamela
you think
and her
that
son.
comes from people like that were just straight up mad at how hot she was, and now she feels normal to them?
Yes.
Yeah,
Because that's where I think it comes from. I think it comes from like the intense hatred of someone who's so unbelievably beautiful, and then now she's like not wearing makeup. It's like, okay, you have flaws. I'll like you now.
Yeah. Now I'll approach you. She added that going makeup free was, quote, the beginning of me letting go of the image I always had of myself. What is this cartoon character that I've created? Okay, that was fun, but I'm not that person anymore.
I love that for her. As a woman who, is trying to be more confident in my own skin, like we all always are, it's like makeup is a weird thing because it's like, I don't know, you just feel very weird about it sometimes. Like, do I wear it all the time? Do I not? So I don't know. Respect to Pamela Anderson for doing that and trying to be a cool cat.
But put some eyeliner on every once in a while.
Yeah, for sure. We do need some,
cool mom.
She's a cool mom.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be cool if your mom was Pamela Anderson?
Oh, yeah, dude. It'd be hard.
There'd be downsides.
Yeah. Rough couple years
All
there
of your
with
buddies.
with the Tommy Lee video.
Yeah, that'd be a downside.
What Tommy Lee video?
Back when she wore makeup, it was a different time.
Oh, okay. Well, she's not that person anymore. One of the rumored reasons that Ben Affleck is tapping out of the marriage is because apparently Jennifer Lopez is obsessed with the spotlight. Case in point, J-Lo was spotted recently in an adorable dress, riding a bike to an ice cream shop called Candy Kitchen in the Hamptons.
They're like us.
They like us when they set up photo shoots, because Whitney Port, who is a semi-celebrity thanks to being on the show The Hills back in the day, does a podcast with her husband, and on a recent episode, they said they saw J-Lo set up the shot for paparazzi, and not only that, She never even went to the ice cream shop.
Aw.
Whitney's husband said that she, quote, was just there for the exterior shot. That's her vibe. She popped everywhere. Her continually looking hot in cute settings is what keeps the machine going.
Wow.
I think what keeps the machine going is that booty. You know what I'm saying?
All righty. That, I would bite that jungle rump. But I would say also, I empathize with Ben because I also have a resting A face.
Yeah, you actually do.
And thank you. And so, like, I always thought, hey, man, he doesn't want to be on. And, like, when I'm lost in thought or I'm in the middle of something, I look angry. And I always, like, empathize with him in that way. But then I saw a few times they were out together. It was more than that. It felt like he was like, that's what it felt like to me. He's like, ugh.
It's really miserable.
It was
we have to
slams the
stop.
car
He's like, I just
doors.
want to get a Dunkin' and get in the car. And then once she liked being in the spotlight, you could just tell it was like annoying to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I could. You can tell. I mean, he's making an effort to look upset about being filmed.
Yeah, you can also hear the sign.
You know what I mean?
You can
And-
hear the sign in a photo.
He sees a camera and is like, all right, where are my cigs?
Yeah, and I don't know. I hate to say this, but it kind of makes me like him more and less all at the same time.
I will say this. Maybe move on from the Jennifers, dude. It's not going well for you.
Seems to be in a loop.
Just change the monogrammed robes.
Yeah,
you got a lot of money. You don't have to keep dating Jennifers.
Yeah, what about a Tina? You know?
Right. It's almost like he did that soda can thing where you're taking the top off and you go A, B, C, D, E, and you have to marry whatever letter
do it.
He's like, well, it landed on J. I'm just
played
after Jennifer.
MASH, and I got Jennifer Lopez again.
Jack Black wants to assure Tenacious D fans that they will be back. Just no word on when. At the premiere for his movie Borderlands on Tuesday, he told E.T., I love Tenacious D. We just had to take a break.
E.T. was there?
But I love the D. Well, Entertainment Tonight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, darn it. He's all excited.
We had to take a break, but I love the D. Everybody takes a break sometimes. We'll be back. As you probably know, Kyle Gass, the other half of the D, made a joke on stage about the Trump assassination attempt last month. He has since apologized, but their tour was canceled and all future plans were put on hold.
As a lifelong Tenacious D fan, man, that is messy, and I hate to see it.
I agree. I agree.
too.
Pick of Destiny is one of the best movies ever
Yeah.
made. Ozzy Osbourne really did snort a line of ants off the ground in 1984, according to Tommy Lee. But what he did after is even more disturbing. The ant snorting occurred in 1984 when Ozzy was on tour with Motley Crue. They were at a Four Seasons hotel pool, wasted, and of course Ozzy went for it. In a new interview, though, Tommy has said that some of the details from this legend haven't been out there, and they do take it to an entirely new level. Supposedly, Nikki Sixx decided to outdo Ozzy, so he whipped it out right there in front of everybody and whizzed on the ground.
Cool.
His plan, Nikki's plan, was to then, but Ozzy beat him to it. So the crew had to bow down and admit defeat. But wait, it gets even worse because that part of the story's been out there for a
Yeah, that
little
was
bit.
in the book.
They got kicked out of the pool, so Tommy took Ozzy back to his room. According to Tommy, in the elevator, on the way up, with other people in there, he dropped his pants and deuced. Tommy had had enough by that point, but Ozzy still wasn't finished. When they got to his room, Ozzy deuced again.
Wow.
Okay.
And then started, quote, painting the walls with it. That's when Tommy said that he finally bailed.
Yeah, that's...
He said, quote, at that time, it was just kind of a thing. Everybody was into trying to out-rock star and outgross somebody out, like out partying. And
So
I will
ants
say,
are a good laxative?
ants are a good laxative, apparently. And,
That's cool.
And Deuce is good paint.
It sounds like, I mean, you know, obviously Ozzy's crazy, and I don't want to take that credit away from him. But this sounds like maybe it's one of those stories where Nikki Sixx has been telling the ant snorting story for 20 years, and he's not getting the feedback that he wants from it when he tells it at a party.
Gotta up it.
So he started being like, and then he pooped, and people are like, okay, that's
People
what,
are like, whoa.
and then he pooped again, and then he smeared it on. It seemed like he's just kind of running with the concept.
Oh, for sure. Everyone was like not paying attention and Nikki because they're like, I don't know, he might like try to steal money out of my bag or something like that, you know?
Nikki's the one guy I think isn't going to steal it. That guy is awesome. If you listen to some of his interviews, he's funny, he's smart. That guy's great.
For sure. I read his book, and as an ex-heroin addict, I am like, hey, you're a baddie. Like, he's just badass.
Yeah, Nikki's awesome.
Nothing. Talk about your psoriasis next.
I forgot. I got to go back to Ben. Ben Affleck is rumored to be taking on an unexpected new role in a movie that will reunite him with his Good Will Hunting team, like the whole team. Oscar-winning actor, filmmaker, reportedly going to play Hulk Hogan in the movie Killing Gawker, which follows the wrestler's legal battle against the website Gawker. You remember when all this went down?
Yeah. That's Bubba the Love Sponge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was
he
his
got
wife.
like $100 million or something?
Right, but that was like a radio guy, right?
Yes.
Isn't he a radio dude?
Yeah,
I think he was down in Florida.
He's still down in Florida, yeah.
Was he syndicated too? Like kind of.
He was on Sirius for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of drama seems to go on in that area, that zip code, that team. So the Good Will Hunting director Gus Van Sant is set to direct the movie, and Matt Damon is actually going to produce the movie with Ben.
Matt Damon.
So they're all together. The film is being written by The Big Short's Charles Randolph. And Hogan sued Gawker for publishing an excerpt of his sex tape back in 2012. The website agreed to settle the case for $31 million, which shut it down. So Killing Gawker is the movie, and Ben Affleck's going to be Hulk Hogan. It's going to be interesting.
That's a weird.
Yeah, that's
so many.
Wild.
I just don't know. Why didn't they give it to Timothy